this whole awarding of bids since I first arrived in the district. I have seen a procurement department made up of independent folks rate bids from a variety of different companies across the district to do a lot of different work. And then I've seen staff, just for whatever reason, pull names off of a list and put other names back on a list with no rhyme or reason except, quite frankly, influence, where influence has no business coming from. And I'm going to leave that alone. Now, I have asked, let me finish, I have asked my staff that this, and told my staff this has to stop. And I'm not being accusatory where the influence is coming from. It's come from a variety of different places. And we have a process that we're going to use in HISD where we set certain criteria that we expect the people that want to do business with this school district to pay attention to. Now, if our weights in terms of how we weight things are out of whack and we need to get them back in line, we'll do that, and we are doing it. But I think we need to be fair. We need to be transparent. I am, as this board knows, very committed to MWBE participation. I'm also very interested in our tax dollars being protected and getting the most out of them for our children. And we've got to have a business-like approach that people can believe in, and they know that if they're going to do business here, here's the criteria that we're going to use to award bids. The law talks about the lowest responsible bid. And the issue has to fall into the definition of that word, responsible. It allows us to give weights. For example, we can't have one company that bids the lowest responsible bid on building 9 schools, and they don't have the capacity in our staff's mind to build all 9 schools. That's one of the reasons, for example, that we can use to do that. But I have asked Asa, I've asked Joe Hill, I have asked Melinda to look at the process, and I have instructed them to tell our staff, we're going to do it right. And there's going to be consequences to staff members that I catch and find out they're pulling companies off of a list that have been fairly and equitably identified using the guidelines that we've established, unless they can verify why they did that. And we've had that happen where companies were pulled off and there was no verification as to why. And there were companies put back on without any reasonable explanation. And I'm just saying to the board, you know this, I've told you this, it's got to stop. Now, in this situation, I would simply turn to Melinda Garrett, who's our Chief Finance Officer, and I would simply ask, is this process that we're sitting here considering tonight, has it been reviewed? Are these bids, is this process fair? Is it a process that this board and I, Superintendent, can look to and rely on as being accurate and above board? And if it's yes, we need to know. If it's not, then we need to pull it and we need to get it right.